So you guys started this band out of Ottumwa. How did you form the band All Guts No Glory? Then I got to ask that because
Well, Lucas and I, we had just broken up our previous band, Face the Ghost, where he was the vocalist, and there was a conversation we had, and I asked him, "What next? What are we doing next?" And he goes, "Well, I'm probably going to go to school or something." And I'm like, "No, no, no. What kind of band are we doing next? You're not getting out of this easily." And he's like, "Fine, I'll do another band with you, but I'm not singing. I'm playing an instrument this time. I'm not going to be the front man." And then we got Jeremy Bendy,
nice.
who is in Good Devils,
That's cool.
and he decided he wanted to learn to play the drums.
Mm-hmm.
So he was our drummer when we started.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny how our bass player joined. Lucas didn't know what instrument he wanted to start playing, and we gathered for our first meeting. He's like, "I guess I'll play bass," and Bendy's like, "No, Alan," who was his. Bendy and Alan were roommates at this time, and we practiced in Alan's basement. And he's like, "Alan, get in here, pick up your bass." And that's how Alan got into the band. He learned 2 songs the first night, and it was like, well, he's our guy. And Lucas was like, "Fine, I guess I'll play guitar." And then a couple weeks later, I had the idea that I've known Jeff Alexander, our singer, for almost a decade now. He was in a band called 20 Foot Forehead. We played, our paths had crossed many times. I always considered him a really good friend, and I always loved what he does vocally, and his stage banter is just priceless. He's one of the funniest motherfuckers I've ever met. So there's just a natural charisma to this guy. And I mentioned, "Hey man, why don't we get this guy I know to come in and try out for lead vocals?" And they were kind of hesitant at first, but Jeff came in and we wrote 2 songs in the first night, and I was like, "Well, I guess we're a 5-piece now." So
nice. It's kind of funny how all that works out. Sometimes you get a little bit of a plan in your head, and then it changes a little bit. And then before you know it, it's like, this could work, even though it's not what I originally had in mind.
Yeah, and it worked right off the bat. And then late last year, early in 2020, Bendy left to go focus on Good Devils. Between working full time and doing 2 full-time bands, he was just burnt. And so he left to go focus on Good Devils, and we put out the standard. We were looking for a drummer, and we tried out a couple guys, and then Steve Jones came and tried out and just instantly nailed all the songs, fit in personality wise. And so now, and Steve's been around the scene for many years, so that's how Steve got in our band.
I always feel like finding a drummer. I always feel like finding a drummer is one of the hardest parts too.